Yes, very clearly. This is a tornado, and I need you to be taking your tornado precautions right now. You need to be in your safe place if you live on the south side of Atlanta, south of I-20 especially. Very clearly, we can see that area of yellow here that I've circled on Storm Tracker 2 HD. This is our radar's mode that's capable of predicting and capable of separating out what is within a thunderstorm. Is it just rain? Is it just hail? Is it a mixture of rain, hail, perhaps some debris that's been lofted? And what we see right there is low correlation, and that's an indication to me that this is likely producing a tornado. Again, also with this, the possibility of hail up to about 3/4 of an inch in size, and this storm is moving to the east at about 35 miles per hour. So let me go back into our reflectivity mode here. I want to take off that area I circled, and I want to show you where that area of debris and where that area of circulation is headed. So let's go ahead and put a storm track on this. It's moving to the east and northeast at about 35 miles per hour. That's going to take the center of this circulation towards Adamsville in about 8 minutes, toward Cascade Heights in about 11 minutes. So we're in southwest Atlanta, South Fulton County, where the main impact is right now, where the main threat is right now. But if this circulation holds together, it's going to move toward the area near downtown Atlanta. So Mercedes-Benz Stadium in about 16 minutes. If you live in the neighborhoods surrounding downtown Atlanta, on the south side of downtown Atlanta, you need to get into your safe place right now. To remind you, that's the lowest level of your home. A basement, that works best. I know a lot of us don't have a basement. You know what? You're going to be okay if you don't. You need to get to the lowest level of your home. If that's the first floor, that's good. In fact, I actually just see an update here. It looks like a tornado watch has just been issued for all of North Georgia. We'll get to that in just a second. But again, to remind you, those safe locations, lowest level of your home, you want to get away from any exterior walls, any exterior windows. You want to keep yourself safe from any potential for flying glass, flying debris. The best place if you don't have a basement, you want to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you have a bathroom that's centrally located, a closet that's centrally located in your home, that's where you want to be. As this storm that is likely producing a tornado, now we are seeing signs of that on Storm Tracker 2 HD, tracks to the northeast at about 25. That's going to put some very populated locations here in metro Atlanta under the gun and under the risk for this storm. Moving in toward Cabbagetown in about 18 minutes. Ormwood Park coming up in about 19 minutes. Inman Park in about 19 minutes. We're on for a tornado warning. This is moving toward the area around downtown Atlanta. And if we have a producer in the back, I want you to keep an eye on our Midtown camera and any of those cameras there on the west side of town. Let's point them toward the west, and our airport camera as well, and see what we're seeing there in terms of any rotation with this system. One thing I'm particularly worried about in this situation, let me zoom out the view just a little bit and show you what's happening all across North Georgia right now. And there's so much heavy rain with these. So these are not going to be the kind of tornadoes, the kind of rotation that you're clearly going to be able to see. These could be rain-wrapped tornadoes. In other words, you're really going to have a difficult time viewing them. So please take my warning right now if you are in parts of Douglas County and Fulton County, although the main risk with this now appears to be moving into Fulton County at this point. You need to take this situation very seriously. So we have a tornado watch that's just been issued, covers much of metro Atlanta, and we have a new tornado warning. Again, that's going to go until 10:45 this morning. So let me go ahead and take you down to street level here. Let's see exactly where this center of rotation is. We'll go ahead and put on our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD. And again, still seeing that area of red and green right next to each other. So I'll circle that again. This red is wind that is moving away from the radar. The green is wind that's moving toward the radar. So we're looking at this coming up right on 285, so right on the west side of the perimeter, just crossing the Chattahoochee River. So let's zoom in a little bit closer. I want to mention some of the roads that this area of circulation is near. If you know family, if you live near any of these areas, these are places where we need to be taking our precautions right now. You need to be in that safe place right now. So if you live around Fairburn Road Southwest, if you live around Boulder Park Drive, this is on the west side of 285, on the west side of the perimeter, basically crossing just to the east of Fulton Industrial Boulevard right now around southwest Atlanta. This is where you need to be in that safe place right now. Interior room, lowest level of your home. Keep your family safe and away from any windows. We don't need any spectating. We don't need to watch what's happening. We want you to be safe, and we want you to keep it here with us on Channel 2 as we watch that area of circulation move a little farther to the east. It's basically right now right across Cascade Parkway, it looks like right there. And I think producer Josh says we're pulling up our Midtown camera right now. So take a second and look at your screen. This is one of the things I'm really concerned about with this. Usually we have that clear view, right? Straight to Midtown and downtown. You don't have that right now. So think about this. If you're in an area where this storm is moving toward you, you're not going to be able to see it. So please take my warning right now. If you are in Fulton County, if you are in downtown Atlanta, if you are in southwest Atlanta now, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. And Josh just pointed out a good thing here. Our producer, Josh, the camera looks a little yellow right now. Part of that is kind of the interaction of this line of storms coming in. You've still got the sun kind of at a relatively low angle right now at 10:30 in the morning, and that's giving us that kind of yellow hue this morning on our tower camera shot. So let's go back over to our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD, or rather, oh, this is not good. This is really not good. Take a look right now at your screen. In fact, I want to go over to our chroma key right now, and I'm going to jump right back to the command center to drive the radar here. But as I come over to the chroma key here, I want to point out this area. You just don't like to see this. So again, our correlation coefficient mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD, it's capable of determining if there's lofted debris. So if we saw just rain in a storm, what you would see just a field of pink. That would mean a strong storm, but we're not seeing any lofted debris. Here's the issue right now as we look at Storm Tracker 2 HD. You see that area blue? That is most certainly trees. That is most certainly debris, leaves, things that have been brought up from the ground by this storm and lofted into the atmosphere. So please take my warning very seriously. I don't want to scare you, but I do want you to be prepared right now. I want you to be in that safe place. So this is most certainly a tornado on the ground. Or a tornado that has occurred and has lofted debris, and it's moving in this general direction. So right around Fairburn Road, Cascade Heights, Adams Park. This is southwest Atlanta, and the track of this is going to move it toward West End, and it's going to move it toward the area around Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So if you live in these areas, if you are in downtown, I need you to be taking those precautions immediately. I need you to be in your safe place. So if we can maybe bring up that downtown camera one more time. If we could possibly bring up that midtown camera, I want to see what we're seeing right now as we look off to the south. You can see the storms, or you can see the heavy rain, and you can see the clouds. A lot of low clouds out there right now as the air kind of swirls around as we watch this storm, again, that is capable of producing a tornado moving in toward the west side of Atlanta. So as we reset the view of Storm Tracker 2 HD for you right now, again, there you can see the rain and storms coming in across metro Atlanta right now. We'll go ahead and zoom in the view a bit here, again, to show you what is happening right now. A tornado warning in effect for Fulton County and also parts of Douglas County. So at this point, Douglas County, things are improving for you. The area of rotation is moving to the east. So if you're in Douglas County right now, I think what we can end up doing here is canceling you out of this. So still a tornado warning now for Douglas County. The worst of this is moving by to your east. So in Douglas County right now, things are improving. But as we come down into Fulton County, that tornado warning, it is going to continue again until 10:45 this morning. You can see the heavy rain and storms right now moving in toward the west side of town. So let's go back over to our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD. We'll zoom in a little bit here, and again, you can see that area of rotation pretty much clear as day right now. That is across this area right here. So where green meets red, that is where we're seeing that rotation. Green is wind that's going toward the radar. Red is wind that is going away from the radar. So our radar is capable of separating out how that precipitation is moving within the storm, and that gives us a sense of where the rotation is, or where the most significant part of this storm is. So let's zoom in a little closer here, show you what's happening now and where that circulation is. That is over Boulder Park Drive, southwest. So this is southwest Atlanta, Boulder Park, Fairburn Road, New Hope Road. If you live near these areas, if you have friends or family in these areas, there's also near Cascade Road. So again, this is southwest Atlanta. You need to get into your safe place right now. If you have family in that area, send them a text message, give them a call, let them know what's happening right now. We want to keep everybody safe. Again, that storm producing rotation now on the west side of Atlanta. Let's go ahead and put a storm track on this. I'll go ahead and take off that circle that I put there on the map, and I want to show you where this storm is headed. So let's track it for you. It's moving to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. That's going to take the center of this storm basically toward downtown Atlanta. I can't emphasize enough how serious this situation is. Downtown Atlanta, midtown Atlanta, south side of Atlanta. This is a storm that is capable of producing a tornado and is showing signs on our correlation coefficient, our part of the radar that is capable of picking out whether debris has been lofted. It's showing that debris high above the atmosphere and high above the ground. So this is a storm where we need to be in our safe places right now. So Mechanicsville, you got about 11 minutes to prepare. Around Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I'm thinking about the English Avenue neighborhood. I'm thinking about the Vine City neighborhood. Those neighborhoods kind of up and down Northside Drive, MLK, that area right near Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Please get into that safe place right now. Lowest level of your home. If you don't have a basement, interior room, as many walls as you can put between you and the outside as possible. You don't need to be outside. If you know somebody who's outside working right now, if you know somebody who's out on the roads right now, they need to get to a safe place right now, as safe as they can possibly be. Into Cabbagetown in about 14 minutes. You're looking at a camera right now on the west side of the perimeter. This is I-285 southbound. And Josh, if you could tell me exactly where this camera is, I-285 southbound. Again, so this is 20 at 285. So 20 at 285, and this is very near to where that area of rotation is. So if we can keep this actually up on the screen right now, this is an area where we're going to see the worst of this storm pass on by. In fact, let me check out the latest view of our velocity mode here, and still seeing that intense wind just above the ground, and still seeing that green right next to red. So let's go ahead and do a pixel query here and see how much wind shear we have across this storm in this particular area. About 75 miles per hour of wind shear. So some significant wind shear still there, and still an indication that this storm is likely producing a tornado. And as we look at the track of this here, this is going to move to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. So we're back to our Midtown camera right now. We are in the watch and wait mode at this point. We need to be in our safe places as the rain really starts to pound down now here in Midtown. So we're talking about 10 minutes away from this core of rotation, this area of circulation moving toward downtown Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in about 9 minutes, Cabbagetown in about 12 minutes, East Atlanta in about 14 minutes, and into Virginia Highland in about 14 minutes. I know these are very populated, pardon me, these are very populated areas. A lot of folks live there. A lot of us have friends and family in these areas. So pardon me, so these are areas where we need to get into that. So these are areas where we need to get into that safe place right now. So we're talking about the west side of the perimeter. That is where this core of circulation is moving right now. So over 285 and 85 as that heavy rain starts to come down across the west side of town at this hour. So into Emory in about 17 minutes, Druid Hills in about 16, and Virginia Highland in about 14 minutes. As we look at that live view, the full screen view of Storm Tracker 2 HD radar. So let's widen out the view just a little bit. Again, tornado warning in effect for Fulton County. The rotation has moved away from Douglas County, and that warning is going to go until 10:45. So you're looking right now at 285 at Benjamin E. Mays. You can see the heavy rain coming down. I see some folks there driving. I see the four-way flashers on. Speeds are definitely down right now as well as we watch this storm come in. Again, has the possibility of producing a tornado across downtown Atlanta. So there's Storm Tracker 2 HD. Again, you can see heavy rain, frequent lightning, strong wind gusts, and it's all moving toward downtown Atlanta. Let's go back over actually to our correlation coefficient. This is the part of the radar I've been using to determine whether there is lofted debris. And again, we are still seeing that lofted debris here. So this is still a signature of likely an active tornado on the ground. It's right in this area right here where you see this large area, of red and pink. And you see that area of green and yellow. That's an indication that we are seeing some lofted debris, be it damage from a home, be it trees, be it leaves, be it debris from the ground. It has been picked up by this storm. It has been lofted into the air. And this is a clear sign that what we have is a tornado on the ground and a storm that has produced a tornado. To answer your question, producer Josh in the back, as of now, this warning still going until 10:45. Waiting for an update on that. Of course, we're going to stay with you here really beyond 10:45, even if this warning expires, although I do not expect this warning to be dropped, as this remains a very serious situation. So our storm now, here's where we stand. It's moved just inside the perimeter, so it's around 285 and I-20 right now, and that is where the worst of this is, but it's making its way toward downtown Atlanta. It's making its way toward parts of Midtown Atlanta, eventually Virginia Highland, eventually Ponce Highland, eventually Inman Park. So very populated areas where I need you to be in that safe place right now. This tornado warning This storm has produced a tornado, and you need to be taking those tornado precautions right now. By the way, if you lose power, and these storms are strong enough to produce strong wind gusts, to produce heavy rain, could bring down some power lines, could drop some power, I want you to remember we're always going to be with you on the WSB TV weather app, the WSB TV news app. Live streaming will continue there. So if you lose power, we're not going anywhere. Just make sure that you have your phone and you have that app. Heavy rain, lightning, we've got likely some hail as well, gusty wind, and this tornado risk that's basically right over the west side of Atlanta right now. So let's pull in some roads, let's clear off our storm track, and let's pull in some roads right now as we zoom in close. This is basically going to be right over Stratford, right over Center Hall, Cary Park. You're hearing heavy rain. You're probably seeing some hail as well. This is right along Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway. So basically coming off of Northside Drive heading west, that's where the worst of this storm is. In fact, this notch right here where you see the green quickly go to yellow and quickly go to red, that's a sign that we still have some pretty significant rotation here. Although I will tell you it has broadened out, it is elongated just a little bit. Remember earlier we were seeing the green and red basically right next to each other? That is elongated a little bit. Still some strong wind, still rotation here, but this is a trend we're going to watch here. Hopefully this will continue to elongate and this area of rotation will continue to weaken just a bit. But right now around Battle Hill Haven, Bellwood, Bellwood Quarry area, Mechanicsville, let's see, we also have Lee Street in this area. We have Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway, right along I-20. These are all areas, if you live near these areas, Westview, West End, please get to your safe place right now. This storm that is capable of still producing a tornado is moving basically right across I-20 right now and headed toward the area around downtown Atlanta. Also moving toward areas around Bellwood, eventually along Ponce, along Memorial, along I-20, and then toward the downtown connector. So this is not a situation we like to see. This is a scary situation. I understand that. We want you to be safe, and we're going to get through this. But right now, we have this storm that is capable of producing a tornado moving right across some very populated areas. Let's see where we stand right now. Okay, producer Josh says that we are seeing a tornado. Actually, APD confirming MLK area, Cascade Heights area, and we're seeing that again clearly on Storm Tracker 2 HD. Where you see that yellow, that is going to be debris that has been lofted high into the air. So right along I-20 through West End, through Westview. Let me look a little farther to the east. Some other neighborhoods this is going to be near. Again, downtown Atlanta, eventually moving to the east toward Druid Hills, moving toward Inman Park, moving toward Edgewood, Kirkwood, all of those neighborhoods along and east of the downtown connector. You still have time to prepare for this storm. This is a tornado on the ground. I need you to be in that safe place right now. We don't need you outside viewing it. We don't need you outside seeing what's happening. We need you to be in that safe place. Lowest level of your home, basement is best. Put as many walls between you and the outside as you possibly can. So I think we're going to go back to our Midtown camera here. Let's see what's happening now as we pull up our Midtown camera right now. And you can see all of these low clouds right now. The storm is just to the west of our Midtown camera right now. So we are actually our camera on West Peachtree Street. So we're a little bit north of where this storm is likely to track. But if you're in Midtown, you are in this tornado warning. You need to be in your safe place right now as well. So the core of this moving toward downtown Atlanta. Our camera is actually pointed toward downtown Atlanta right now, and you can see all the clouds now filling in. This is what I'm so concerned about right now. This is why I want you to heed these warnings right now. Fulton County, downtown Atlanta, midtown Atlanta, all the neighborhoods surrounding it. You are not going to be able to see what is coming your way. Take my word for it. This storm is producing a tornado. Atlanta Police Department confirms this is a tornado on the ground. They have several reports of it, and you need to be in that safe place right now. Nate, if we can take this full for a second, I just got some new information on the printer on this tornado warning. So let's go back to our full screen view of this tornado warning. I expect, in fact, I can guarantee you this warning is going to be extended, and here's the new information. Yes, the warning is going to continue until 11:15 this morning. So here's what the new warning says. Tornado producing storm located over Bankhead. Again, these neighborhoods we've been talking about. Bankhead, English Avenue, Westview, West End. These are areas where this tornado is moving across. Moving east at 45 miles per hour. some other locations, eventually Decatur, Chamblee, Avondale Estates, if this continues to hold together into DeKalb County. This tornado warning. Let's go ahead and actually update our lower third there. In fact, we already have DeKalb County and Fulton County, a tornado warning now for you. That's going to go until about 11:15. So let's go ahead and put a storm track on this, show you where this is going to be heading over the next little while. 30 miles per hour for the track to the east at about 30. So that's going to move this toward Inman Park in about 7 minutes, Druid Hills in about 9 minutes, Decatur in 13 minutes, North Druid Hills in 12, and Clarkston in about 19 minutes. You've got plenty of time to prepare in DeKalb County. I need you to be doing that right now. But our focus is going to be on Fulton County right now. So let's come in close again. Let's update you on where this circulation is moving across right now and get you ready so you can be in a safe place. So a couple of signs here, a couple of changes as we look at our correlation coefficient. Again, this is the MODA Storm Tracker 2 HD I used to first identify that we had lofted debris and we had a likely tornado. I don't see as well defined a pattern. So that is some good news there. That's something we're going to hope continues. That likely means that there is less lofted debris in the atmosphere, and hopefully this storm has weakened some. Now, that doesn't mean I want you to take your guard down. I need you to stay right where you are. I need you to stay in that safe place right now. So let's take a look at our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD. And again, still seeing some rotation, but that rotation has weakened a little bit. But that area of rotation is coming basically right across Bellwood Quarry. So the west side of Atlanta, where we really are seeing the main impacts from this right now. So Bellwood Quarry area, Bankhead area. This is going to move up toward Howell Mill Road. So if you live along Howell Mill Road, you need to be in that safe place right now. Have us up on the app. We are going to be following this for you every step of the way. So along Howell Mill Road, along Northside Drive, Northwest Atlanta, I'm thinking about Collier Road. Locations in that general area is where the worst of this storm and where that center of rotation very well could pass. So again, just to the south likely of the Collier Road area. So our circulation center right now is basically right along Howell Mill, Northside, and 14th Street. So kind of adding this up together now, if you are in the area around Atlantic Station, if you are in the area around Midtown, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and say for our staff here at WSB TV, just make sure you're away from windows right now, because this center of this storm is going to pass very close to our location here at WSB TV, where I'm seeing that center, again, basically right along Howell Mill Road, Northside Drive, 14th Street, up to about 16th Street, 17th Street. So this is getting very close at this point to the downtown connector. Let's see if we can put a track on that circulation there and see where that's going to move across, some neighborhoods that's going to move across here as it moves to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. Actually, I have to widen out the view just a little bit to put that track on there for you here. Again, moving northeast at about 35. That is going to take this circulation generally in the area of Druid Hills in about 9 minutes. The north side of Virginia Highlands in about 7 minutes. North Druid Hills, North Decatur, Clarkston in about 20 minutes. But my main concern now, those neighborhoods along Northside Drive, if you live along Howell Mill Road, if you live along Peachtree Street, West Peachtree Street. Here is our live tower camera shot, and we can't see anything right now. So you can see just how heavy the rain is right now. In fact, this storm is passing very close, is going to pass very close to this tower camera shot here, basically right across Midtown Atlanta. Again, to our staff here at WSB TV, please get into a safe place right now. Get away. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Stairwells and hallways. And at your home right now, you want to be in your safe place just like we're doing here at WSB TV. I'm going to continue to stay on here with you here as we track this for you. We want you to stay safe, and we're going to stay safe here at WSB TV. So again, zooming in a little closer here. Here's where the storm is moving across right now. Basically, that center of circulation coming up on West Peachtree Street, coming up on the Piedmont Park area, coming up on Monroe Drive, so right across Midtown Atlanta, the Brookwood split area where 75 and 85 split, you need to be in that safe location right now. Also thinking farther north along Peachtree Street, if you live in Peachtree Hills, please shelter now. If you live in Garden Hills, if you live in those neighborhoods along Cheshire Bridge Road, if you live along La Vista. So here's our live camera right now. This is I-75 at Brookwood. I just don't like to see these cars out there on the road right now, and hopefully these folks know what is out there right now. So again, a storm capable of producing a tornado, a storm that has produced a tornado across parts of Atlanta right now. You can see all the heavy rain. You can see we're trying. So we are trying to get a sense for what the wind looks like there. The trees actually are not moving around all that much right now. So that's some good news there. So producer Josh, our rotation generally is moving right along Peachtree Street, Peachtree Road area and near the Brookwood split. Now, some good news here. Let me zoom the view out again on our radar picture. I do not see anymore that very close touch of the red and green. So the rotation here is elongated. It is weakened a little bit. But when you have a storm that has had a history of producing a tornado, and we know that for a fact, for sure, you need to take this seriously. These storms will cycle some. They will change. They will weaken their rotation, and the rotation will tighten back up. And we've seen that a couple of times already. So this is our live tower camera shot. And again, you just can't see very much on that shot there. So let's go back to our reflectivity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD, and not seeing quite that sign we were seeing a little earlier of the significant rotation with this, but this has had a history of cycling. Again, rotation picks up, it weakens, it picks up. That's kind of the life cycle of these storms, and that's why you need to continue to take this warning very seriously, extremely seriously across Fulton County and into DeKalb County as well. So let's put a track on this, give you an idea of some additional neighborhoods that this storm is going to be moving to northeast at about 35 miles per hour. These are towns, these are communities where you need to be in that safe place right now. Inman Park, couple of minutes. Virginia Highland, 3 minutes. North Decatur, 6 minutes. Decatur in about 7 minutes. Avondale Estates in about 9 minutes. So this tornado threat right now, and the rain is just pouring, by the way, here in Midtown and downtown. Okay, so what you're looking at right now, right-hand side of your screen, this is the Peachtree Bridge over 85. So as 85 comes in and makes its merge with 75, you're looking at the Peachtree Bridge there. And the wind and the rain, as my producer Josh watches this camera, says it's really picking up rapidly, just like we're hearing the rain really pick up very quickly here in Midtown Atlanta on our studio rooftop here along Peachtree Street, West Peachtree Street this morning. So into Tucker in about 16 minutes, Clarkston in about 12 minutes from now. I want to go back to our correlation coefficient, and we've really lost actually on this view, and this is a good sign here. We've lost that, what I call a donut hole. When we look at this picture and you see that area of yellow that's just kind of embedded with all the red, that's a sign of debris that has been lofted high into the atmosphere. We saw that clear as day when this storm was west of the downtown connector, when it was across neighborhoods like Cascade Heights and Bankhead and English Avenue and Westview, those neighborhoods on the west side of town. We saw clearly that sign of lofted debris. I don't quite see that anymore. That does not mean we have the all clear. We most certainly do not. For the next 20 minutes or so, at least, we're going to have an active tornado warning across parts of Fulton County and parts of DeKalb County. So let's go back over to our reflectivity mode. I want to take a look and mention actually some streets where the area of rotation generally is along, and basically right along Buford Highway, right along 85. So as you head north and east out of town, these are areas where we do still have that possibility of rotation and a storm that could produce a tornado, or could again produce a tornado. So along Briarcliff Road, along Fair Oaks Road, La Vista Road, Cheshire Bridge, as you make your way up toward Claremont Road, these are all areas that are under this tornado warning. You're looking right now, I believe, Josh, you said this is the Buford Spring. This is the Buford Spring connector at Piedmont, and what you can see is all that heavy rain. You can see how slow those car lights are and those headlights are coming toward us, right? It is just unloading. So not only do we have this tornado threat, we also have incredibly heavy rain, incredible amounts of rain dropping. We have hail as well, and strong, even non-tornado wind gusts that could be better than 40 to 50 to 60 miles per hour. So kind of all of our severe weather threats are with us right now as this storm moves across some of the most highly populated areas of Metro Atlanta. So around Buford Highway, 85, if you're thinking about leaving the house right now, do not leave the house. If you're in Gwinnett County, if you're in Hall County and you got to make a trip down to Atlanta, now is not the time. Do not get on 85. Do not get on Buford Highway. Stay at home, because the worst of this is passing through right now. We're going to have multiple waves of this through through the next couple of days. So a great day to just keep it where you are, stay in your safe place right now if you're in the tornado warning. And if you're not in a tornado warning, I need you to stay weather aware right now. So let me zoom the view out just a bit. Let's reset things a little bit here for you this afternoon. I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you right now, and there is a lot going on. And we're focusing a lot on Fulton County and DeKalb County, where we have a confirmed or have had a confirmed tornado. But the wide view of Storm Tracker 2 HD, as we go ahead and put this into motion for you, is showing this wave of storms, this wave of heavy rain rolling on through Metro Atlanta, the core of Metro Atlanta now. A little break to the west, and then we're going to get more storms through the day. So just about any of these over the next, let's say 3, 4, 5 hours, will have the possibility of producing these spin-up tornadoes or these tornadoes. So that threat is going to be with us through mid to late afternoon. And for all of us, it's going to be really heavy rain falling. So I want to come back into our focus, which right now, again, is across the core of the metro. So there we go. There's our active tornado warning. And what's happening is the National Weather Service is gradually trimming areas of Fulton County out of this warning as the worst of the storm passes by to the east. So at this point, the tornado warning includes basically the area around the Brookwood split, so 75 and 85 as those split off along the downtown connector, and then east to about Clarkston, just west of Stone Mountain. Decatur, you're in this tornado warning. You need to be in that safe place. Although the area of rotation at this point is now passing by to the east of the downtown connector. So in many ways, the weather is actually getting worse right now in many spots with the heavy rain starting to fall, but the area of rotation is now passing by a little bit to the east of the downtown connector. So as we zoom in a little closer here, here's what we're looking at for some streets where the possibility of that rotation is right now, where that rotation is North Druid Hills as you head down along Houston Mill Road, Claremont Road, North Druid Hills, north of La Vista. These are areas where we're going to have that possibility of a tornado touchdown. So let's go back over to our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD. Let's see what's happening there right now. And again, we're not seeing quite that defined circulation. So that is some good news there. Still the threat of this, again, producing a tornado, but so what you're looking at right now on the right-hand side of your screen as the traffic there comes to a stop, this is Briar Cliff Road at North Druid Hills Road. So Briar Cliff at North Druid Hills right now. You can see the street signs there, bottom right-hand side of your screen. The traffic lights really starting to sway in that strong wind. So tornado or not, what we've got right now is powerful wind coming through parts of DeKalb County and parts of Fulton County right now, and just pouring rain. So this is right along North Druid Hills, Claremont Road, just east of 85 where we're at right now. So the area of broad rotation has shifted to the east of I-85, moving toward Country Squire Acres, moving toward North DeKalb, eventually along the Stone Mountain Freeway, along Lawrenceville Highway. If you live in these areas, you need to be in that safe place right now. So as we hit the top of the hour here, by the way, just about 11 o'clock, we do have a tornado warning. Parts of Fulton County, focus now shifting toward DeKalb County. And this is a confirmed tornado, or has been a confirmed tornado in parts of Fulton County and Douglas County. We saw the debris on radar. We have law enforcement reports as well of a tornado on the ground several minutes ago across parts of Fulton County. So widening out the view just a little bit, again, looking at this circulation here, tightening up again just a little bit. We don't want to see that. So as we measure the wind shear, the wind velocity across this area of rotation, we've got about 100 miles per hour of wind shear. That's a sign to me that we may be having another one of those cycles where this storm is re-intensifying, is re-strengthening. And that's why I do not want you to let your guard down anywhere if you are in a tornado warning. And that warning is going to go until 11:15 this morning. So basically right around Claremont Road. Let's zoom in a little closer here as we zoom in down to street level here. Vista Via Circle, McConnell Drive, let's see, Houston Mill Road, Rainier Falls Drive, around Christmas Lane, La Vista Road. So this is La Vista Road headed eastbound into DeKalb County and toward Claremont Road. So in that area where La Vista meets Claremont, if you live in that area, if you have friends or family in that area, please be in your safe place. Please let them know. Maybe shoot them a text message. Let them know that they need to be in their safe place as well, because this is a storm that has a history of producing a tornado. Moving towards Sylvania Drive, Azalea Circle, Spring Creek Road, Burnt Creek Road, Leafmore Drive. So we're in DeKalb County. We're in the area around Claremont Road and North Druid Hills. Very busy area. I know a lot of folks live in that area. In fact, we're just getting an updated sweep here of the radar picture, and there is our general area of circulation. So it's going to be in this area right here around Scott Boulevard, around Claremont Road. So this is coming into Decatur. This is coming into the north side of Decatur right now, not far from Church Street, not far and just to the north of Ponce as it comes down through Decatur. Scott Boulevard, as it comes up to the Stone Mountain Freeway, North Druid Hills, that area on the north side of Decatur, that's where we have this storm that is capable still of producing a tornado. I want to go back over to our correlation coefficient mode. This is, again, the mode that can help us pick out whether there is lofted debris in this storm. I do not see that now. We're going to hope that trend continues here. That would be our first sign that this storm has cycled back and has potentially produced a tornado again. So back to our reflectivity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD. I want to put a storm track on the leading edge of all of this as it moves to the east at about 40 miles per hour or so. This is moving into eventually South Gwinnett County. So eventually, if this all holds together, toward Lilburn, toward Snellville, toward Grayson, the south half of Gwinnett County. Tucker in about 5 minutes, Stone Mountain in about 9 minutes, and into Snellville in about 23 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and say at this point, as long as this is held together, if you live in Gwinnett County, you're not under a tornado warning now. Start thinking about what you're going to do and what your safe place is if this tornado warning is extended to the east. Always good to have that plan, and especially on a morning like this, where again we do have had a confirmed tornado. So what's about to happen right now, as we switch back over to our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD, the rotation with this storm is getting close to leaving the edge of this tornado warning. That means they're likely going to extend the tornado warning to the east. For now, though, it ends at the edge of this red box here. So right now, seeing that rotation, as we mentioned some streets here again, we want to keep you safe here this morning. And Country Squire Acres, if you live near Lawrenceville Highway, Pangbourne Road, North Druid Hills Road, headed up toward Fraser Road, Montreal Road, and La Vista Road. So this is that very busy area, those very busy intersections where La Vista and Claremont and North Druid Hills all kind of meet and come together in DeKalb County. That's where this storm is that is capable of producing a tornado. I want to see if we have an update on our Barron Tornado Index here with this particular storm. That's a measure that gives us the ability to see how the rotation with this storm is changing, and right now we're not getting a read on that, but I do want to track where that rotation is and where it's headed. And it's moving up generally toward East DeKalb and eventually toward Gwinnett County, headed up toward Rockbridge in about 23 minutes, Tucker in about 11 minutes from right now. So as we come back in close here, let's take a look again where this rotation is. And I want to put our reflectivity mode back on as well. One of my big concerns with this when this tornado warning was first issued is there is so much heavy rain, you're not going to be able to see what's happening. You're not going to have the warning of visually seeing a funnel cloud or a wall cloud descend from a storm. And without seeing that, that puts us in an especially dangerous situation. That's why you need to take this warning seriously. It's just not something you're going to be able to see very well because there's so much heavy rain. And it is pouring right now. Claremont Road, La Vista Road, North Druid Hills, over to Church Street, Clarkston, Norman Road, getting up toward Idlewood Acres and Idlewood Road. So these are roads and communities all along Stone Mountain Freeway and eventually headed up toward the area around Hugh Howell Road. By the way, I do want to mention now a lot of Metro Atlanta also under a tornado watch. These conditions are favorable now for possibly producing these spin-up tornadoes. That's going to go until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So let's get an update now on our velocity mode. Again, velocity is how we pick out whether there is rotation in a storm and how strong and how intense that rotation is. And again, seeing actually a little bit of rotation here where we have the green, very light green here, and the darker red here. That's wind going away from the radar. But it's not as well defined as it was a couple of scans ago. And again, a sign that this storm continues to cycle, continues to weaken, strengthen, and that's why this is something we need to stay on top of here over the next several minutes, at least through 11:15 as this tornado warning continues. That circulation right around Lawrenceville Highway, Country Squire Acres, and North DeKalb. I'm going to go ahead and switch over our source. Not sure why it is doing that. We'll go ahead and switch over our source there for a second and hopefully figure out what's happening here with what you just saw there on the screen. Here are storm threats for today: a high risk of heavy rain, a moderate risk of damaging wind gusts, and that brief tornado risk does continue on through the afternoon. So let me go ahead and flip back over to our radar, and hopefully it is back now. What I'm going to do actually for the control room, I'm going to go ahead and try to switch over to our backup radar source here. I think we're having an issue with our main radar source, but no worries here. We will flip over to our backup radar source and kind of reset things here with Storm Tracker 2 HD. So if our engineering crew actually could take a look at links one, please. So we're back over to our backup radar source now. And again, where you see the red, that's a tornado watch. That includes all of Metro Atlanta, south side down into middle Georgia. And we have that active tornado warning now for DeKalb County and Fulton County until 11:15. As we take a look at what's happening right now on Storm Tracker 2 HD. So let's go ahead and zoom back in and take a look at our picture right now as we come in close and take a look at the close-up view of Storm Tracker 2 HD. And there you go. You can see the active tornado warning there flashing for you on the screen. Now, Fulton County, you're still in the tornado warning, but at this point, the danger has passed out of Fulton County, and it's basically focused over DeKalb County. And there's your heads up that eventually into Gwinnett County, we're possibly going to see this risk extend to the east. We're going to keep an eye on that and with what the National Weather Service decides to do with this tornado warning. So going back over to our velocity mode, let's get an update now on what's happening, and not seeing really a well-defined area of circulation at all at this point. From North Druid Hills to North Decatur, down and to the east toward Tucker, just a broad area of weak circulation. We're going to hope that continues to be the case, and this has kind of outrun its support to get as intense as it did for a time on the west side of town. But in the meantime, this tornado warning does continue for another 8 minutes or so, another 7 minutes or so across parts of DeKalb County. So with this circulation weakening just a little bit, let me zoom in a little closer here and again show you where the broad circulation is passing in case we do see this re-intensify. This is in along Old Norcross Road. This is along Davis Road, Tucker Industrial Road, Mountain Woods area. These communities just along and north of Stone Mountain Freeway, be in that safe place right now. And also to remind you, in a situation like this, very possible we could lose power. I hope you have the WSB TV app downloaded on your phone. We will not go away if you lose power. You can just load us up and the live stream will be right there for you. We will be keeping you safe even if you lose power. So around Sterling Acres, North Royal, Atlanta Drive, it looks like we're seeing that rotation, and then getting up across the DeKalb County line into Gwinnett County along Rockbridge Road, Blackwood Hills, Hyde Park, Danbury Village. These are all areas in the general location of where we're seeing this broad circulation, as this tornado warned storm is actually beginning to move out of the tornado warning that we have right now, and we're waiting to see if this tornado warning is going to be extended to the east, both in distance and in time here over the next several minutes. So let's go ahead. This is a good opportunity now to reset the view. I know a lot of you have had some really bad weather come through this morning, whether it is the tornado risk and the tornado that we just saw come through parts of Douglas County and Fulton County, or it's just heavy rain and damaging wind gusts and hail. We could hear it on our roof here in Midtown. It was just pouring, and I know this can be a scary situation when we talk about severe weather and we talk about tornadoes, especially with what we went through just a few weeks ago in parts of our area with that severe weather outbreak. So here's the reset of what's happening. Tornado warning until 11:15. Fulton County basically done with that. DeKalb County, where we continue to watch. And then several areas of downpours and storms as you look back off to the west. And any of these are going to be capable through the afternoon of becoming severe. Damaging wind gusts, large hail will be possible, and that threat of a tornado as well. So coming in close on the radar, you can see the heavy rain falling through Polk County, through Bartow County, over through Cherokee County. That string of downpours will move across the north side of the metro. And again, our main focus continues to be down here right across the heart of Metro Atlanta. We avoided the early morning rain, but this round of rain most certainly got us, and that risk of a tornado was realized right along the Chattahoochee River. So let's pause and go back into live mode of our radar and come in close and take another investigation. Let's go right inside the storm. That's what Storm Tracker 2 HD radar is here for. It's able to go inside the storm, kind of provide an x-ray of what's happening and help us provide you with these warnings that are happening right now. So as we take a look at our velocity mode of Storm Tracker 2 HD, you can see still a broad area of circulation along the leading edge of this line, but I'm not seeing anything right now that is pointing toward that tight rotation that we saw a little while ago that did produce that tornado. Still strong winds, though. Let's go ahead and put the winds here on for you. And what we're seeing just above the ground in the leading edge of this 35, 40, 45 mile per hour wind, that in and of itself enough to bring down some small trees, snap some limbs, maybe bring down some power lines. I do imagine we've had some power outages as a result of this storm here as it moves to the east at about 35 miles per hour. So back over to our reflectivity mode. Again, at this point, we're seeing the storm leave the area of the tornado warning. I do think we're getting an update, though, from the National Weather Service. Let's see what our update is. And here's what they're going to do. The National Weather Service is going to allow this warning to expire. We're going to stay with you at least for the next 4 minutes. If we make the decision to continue, just let me know. We will keep on rolling on, of course, or we'll be on our live stream. One way or the other, we're going to keep you covered here on Channel 2. This is an important weather situation. We want you to be safe. Severe thunderstorm warning will continue for DeKalb County and southwest Gwinnett County. So here's what the National Weather Service has decided to do once we hit 11:15. They're going to allow that tornado warning to drop, and they're going to replace it with a severe thunderstorm warning. That severe thunderstorm warning is going to go until, let's see here, it is going to go until noon. So straight up to noon, we'll have a severe thunderstorm warning for 60 mile per hour wind gusts, for the possibility of up to penny-size hail, and the possibility of a spin-up tornado. As Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns gets ready to join us here, of course, we're going to have you covered all day long as this tornado risk continues across metro Atlanta and across North Georgia. So let me update you on what's happening again. Our severe thunderstorm warning, that's going to go until 12 o'clock in Gwinnett County, also DeKalb County, and the tornado warning will be allowed to expire in about 2 minutes. So let's track the leading edge of this now as it moves off to the east at about 35 miles per hour. We'll go ahead and pull off the severe thunderstorm warning, and let me track the leading edge of this coming through Gwinnett County, coming through East DeKalb County, and moving toward Walton County and Barrow County. So moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. That's going to put into Loganville in about 15 minutes, Windsor in about 18, Youth in about 26, Bethlehem in about 28 minutes. The threat for strong wind gusts, the threat for heavy rain, the threat for hail and a brief spin-up tornado, always possible now. We've already seen one. That possibility will continue as this line moves off to the east. My producer, Josh, telling me about 4,000 power outages reported kind of along that string at this point from about Douglasville into southwest Atlanta and likely stretching on east into DeKalb County, where we saw that tornado move toward downtown and midtown Atlanta in the last half hour or so. That's what first brought us on the air for you back about 45 minutes or so ago. And we're going to stay with you here every step of the way. So let me put our radar into motion as Glenn gets ready to join us here this morning. We're just coming up on 11:15 now. We've had one tornado confirmed. The risk will continue through the afternoon and into the early evening hours as this moves off to the east at about 35 miles per hour or so. So, Glenn, if you are ready, I will toss it on over to you. Chief Meteorologist Glenn Burns.
Yeah, in fact, just driving in today, normally it would take me about 15 minutes. It really took me a half an hour. The roads are flooded. Parts of Northside Drive, unbelievable amounts of rain, and the water's cascading down. It is extremely dangerous to drive this afternoon. These are really heavy tropical downpours being driven by strong, powerful thunderstorm winds near 60 miles per hour. And of course, our severe thunderstorm warning now continues for much of DeKalb County through much of central and southern Gwinnett County. And this severe thunderstorm warning now continues until noontime today. I want you to notice here what we have is a gradient here near Redan here in eastern part of DeKalb County. That is some strong wind here. So that's 50, 60 mile per hour straight line wind here that is getting ready to move into the southern part of Gwinnett County. I really want you to take cover because these things can and will spin up a tornado at a moment's notice. I want you to keep a bicycle helmet, motorcycle helmet, anything you can to protect your head nearby in case you have to take cover. Of course, going to the lowest floor possible, away from windows and doors. On the lowest floor, if you don't have a basement, that is really going to protect you. So we're going to be here right on through 11:30 to keep you informed. And also that very, very heavy rainfall. You can see the reds here all the way along Interstate 85, going down 285 here on the east side here through much of DeKalb. That is just unbelievable rain. It is blinding rain out there. I can assure you I was just in it about 10 minutes ago. So we put the storm track on. Brian has done that for Redan here. It's moving through right now. Downstream, we have Snellville in a minute, Grayson in 6 minutes, Lithonia in about 7 minutes from now, moving toward Collinsville in 10 minutes, Loganville 15 minutes, Lakewater Estates. You can see a lot of populated areas here going toward Windsor 18, Winder 26 minutes away from you, and Bethlehem 28 minutes away from you. So lightning, thunder, locally heavy rainfall. Lightning is another major threat. There is a ton of it out there. And again, this is all moving toward the east at around 50 miles per hour. So moving at a pretty good clip, 40 to 50, I think, moving in there. Brian, is that correct?
40 miles per hour.
About 40 miles an hour, yeah. So again, we're getting a little tapering off here, but still locally heavy rainfall through much of Cobb County, through portions of central Fulton County, and that extends back up into Cherokee County as well. And Brian, if we can zoom out a little bit, we have a new tornado watch that's in effect here for, you can see all of these counties that are highlighted in red. And that continues until 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to be here throughout the afternoon, keeping you informed every step of the way. But I want you to notice this. We have another little batch here through Polk County, coming down through the northern part of Cleburne County here in Alabama. So this is another thunderstorm to watch here. I can see some kind of a gradient already showing up here, which would indicate some strong and powerful straight line winds. But for the most part, the intense thunderstorm we're dealing with now is moving on the east side of Atlanta. This is the one here in DeKalb County and through much of central and southern Gwinnett County, just along and to the southeast of I-85, moving east at about 40 miles per hour. So Lilburn, we're really getting hammered here with heavy rainfall as we are in Stone Mountain. And I would look for Redan here down toward Lithonia. Get ready to experience some strong, powerful thunderstorm winds as well. We have incredible amounts of rainfall falling throughout much of the metro Atlanta area this morning. The roads are flooded in many areas. I know Northside Drive, the Interstate 75, mainly down from the 285 area, top end of 285 in Cobb County southward, is parts of it underwater. And literally, you're just getting wakes, like boat wakes out there with the cars traveling along that. So the traffic is moving at about 5 miles per hour, not going at all. My best advice, don't go anywhere unless you really absolutely have to and it's an emergency. This is some really heavy rainfall here, causing quite a bit of flooding issues through much of the area. So, Brian, we have a little bit of a circulation left here that I can see here between Lilburn and Stone Mountain, not the pronounced areas that you were showing a little while ago. So this is a rotating thunderstorm and moving east-northeast at 38 miles per hour. You can see we do have a chance of hail, 20%. The hail size would be less than a half-inch in diameter, so not severe hail, but moving toward Lilburn in a couple of minutes. Lawrenceville, you have 18 minutes to prepare for this storm. Grayson, 19 minutes, and Decula, 27 minutes. This one is really holding together, although not producing the tornado. It is very likely to produce some strong straight-line winds in excess of 50 to 60 miles per hour, and that's why we continue with the severe thunderstorm warning area here. Brian, we just got an extension, or that is the storm track that you're putting on here?
Glenn, that's the storm track right there.
Storm track from south from Lawrenceville into Grayson. So this is the area mainly in central and southern Gwinnett County right now that we're dealing with this intense thunderstorm here. Look at the winds here. This is correlation coefficient here. So again, some stronger straight line winds are really wrapping up here just to the west of Lawrenceville, going all the way down toward Tucker. So really intense thunderstorm here. And look at this. We're getting the shear is still going on here through southern and central Gwinnett County, down through the northeast and eastern part of DeKalb County, and also down here southwest side of DeKalb. You can see here we are on I-20, and that's going down toward Forest Park. So some circulation down here along the trailing end. So we're watching for these little inflow notches that are coming in here. You can see these little notchy things. That's where we're looking for these brief spin-up tornadoes here to occur along the leading edge of this squall line, now moving through DeKalb County and Gwinnett County. And also, I want to point out here in Clayton County, maybe the northern part of Henry County. So this is all being shoved toward Rockdale County. So Conyers, I want you to prepare for this. Lithonia, Redan, also prepare for some strong straight line winds moving through this area.
And Glenn, I'm going to go ahead and take off the tornado watch off of the map just so that we have a little better definition for you.
Okay, that's great. All right, so we also, with this, we have some intense cloud-to-ground lightning. So the lightning has been relentless in some areas. You can see really heavy lightning here back toward Panthersville. Total lightning strikes here. One of those are the positive lightning strikes. That's 1 billion volts of electricity with 300,000 amps. They leap out of the top of thunderstorm clouds. It can travel many, many miles, as much as 25 miles from the parent thunderstorm. So we have the positive lightning strikes as well, along with the negative lightning strikes. And we have a high concentration here on the southeast side of 285, basically just to the south and west of Panthersville, going down to the north and east of Forest Park. So in addition to the locally heavy rainfall threats, we have the lightning threat. So you want to stay away from windows and doors. Absolutely do that with this kind of lightning that's occurring here. The flooding issues, man, I'll tell you what, I drove through some incredible rainfall, and the flooding, you do not want to be on area roads with this kind of rainfall. It's coming down at a rate of, I think, better than probably 2 inches an hour. Brian putting the storm track on here on the lower part of this squall line here. So that's Lake City. You're in the sights here for that storm in about 8 minutes. Conyers, you have 18 minutes to prepare. And again, brief spin-up tornadoes can occur at any time along this. Brian, we had a fairly long track. How long was that tornado on the ground there?
So we watched, actually, I'm going to call up our correlation coefficient, Glenn, in just a second, but we watched that track of the storm that was in Douglas County. We saw that lofted debris, and it tracked basically all across southwest Fulton County, southwest Atlanta, and we kind of lost that signature when it moved near the downtown connector and Midtown. So we're talking about several miles that we had that lofted debris signature.
Yeah,
Glenn.
coming into Midtown too, I noticed the garbage cans are thrown all over the highway. So besides the tornado threat, there was that strong straight line wind threat as well. So a lot of debris and things that were in the yards, and little tiny tricycle I saw was in the middle of the road, being driven out into the road by a very strong straight line wind, to say the least. Brian, let's take a look at this storm here back into Polk County, getting ready to move into the northern part of Haralson County. So a lot of lightning associated with this storm here, right around 278. So Aragon, Rockmart, we're seeing some very heavy rainfall, but get ready for some locally heavy rain to continue now with frequent cloud to ground lightning. The lightning here, about 6 lightning strikes in the last 15 minutes, and a high concentration here right around Highway 278 here in the heart of Polk County, just to the south and east of Cedartown. So very heavy rainfall, and I'm also watching a little bit of a gradient here. It may not be severe yet, but I'm having little thoughts and concerns here about that kind of a gradient. That's at least 40 to 50 mile per hour straight line wind, which can and will cause some damage. So getting ready here in Paulding County and Dallas. You be weather aware now, because this storm is moving in your direction. Also a lot of notchiness showing up here with the wind coming in like that along the leading edge. So something we'll be watching here over the course of the next several hours. Again, if you're just joining us, a tornado watch until 4 p.m. this afternoon. I'm here with meteorologist Brian Monahan. We've already had 1 confirmed tornado, and now a severe thunderstorm warning continues for Tucker, although Tucker, you're out of it now. Moving more towards Snellville, Grayson, Lawrenceville, you're just about to get really into the thick of things. I know you've seen lightning, thunder, locally heavy rainfall. It's about to get a whole lot worse here in short order as the storms are moving toward the east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Then you see the sharp gradient here of wind going green to red in a very short distance. I want you to be weather aware here now into the western part of Walton County, also into northern and western Rockdale County. This is heading in your direction. So this is moving toward Conyers and along and to the west of I-20 here as we head toward Redan, as we head on I-20 west. That's where locally heavy rainfall will still be occurring here. So that is going to be moving into Rockdale County and also into the western part of Walton County. Here is the brand new tornado watch. Now, we had a level 2 risk of severe thunderstorms this morning. Now the Storm Prediction Center has indicated all of our counties here that are highlighted in red in a tornado watch. Then that means conditions are favorable for strong and severe thunderstorms that can and will produce tornadoes. We've again already seen 1 confirmed tornado today. So I really want you to be weather aware today. Even though it may not be bad where you are right now, it could be later on today. So I want you to keep kind of a tornado preparedness kit ready, right? Maybe some bicycle helmets, a blanket of some sort to put over your head in case you have to take cover. So we don't want any flying glass from broken windows to be hitting you. So kind of a heavy quilt or a blanket, have that ready. Have a bicycle, motorcycle helmet on the standby there, and just be ready to go at a moment's notice. These things are moving rather quickly at about 40 miles per hour to the east and northeast. So currently, all we have here at 11:24 is a severe thunderstorm warning. That is shrinking a little bit in size, but I want you to be weather aware here in the southern part and central part of Gwinnett County, and also here in western Walton County. That's moving toward you, and again, maybe toward Oconee County as well here. So be ready here. It's going to be sliding toward the east and northeast. So Athens, you all need to be weather aware here. Have students here at the university may not be weather aware this morning. Give them a call. Give them a heads up. Tell them to be on the alert that we have strong and severe thunderstorms that are very capable of producing a tornado that are moving toward the University of Georgia. I want you to be getting on the phone right now with your friends, your relatives, all of the above, making them weather aware here. Highly populated area, of course, in and around Athens, University of Georgia here in Clark County. And you can see how quickly this is moving toward the east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour. And in behind it, we have pockets of locally heavy rainfall here. The rainfall this morning has to be in excess of 2 inches per hour. As I drove through Northside Drive, some parts looked like Niagara Falls. The water was overflowing walls from buildings, just not able to withstand. The sewers were just overflowing here, and Brian's going to put on the rainfall here over the last 12 hours. And Brian, this is going on basically for the last couple of hours, right? Here, just a couple of hours' time, we've seen almost 3 inches of rain here in Carroll County, Douglas County, parts of southern Cobb. You're right.
Yeah, this is really going back to about 4 o'clock in the morning. So we're talking these rainfall totals since 4, and bulk of this, Glenn, has come just in the last hour or so. And keep in mind, we still got all the rain to come late today, again tomorrow. We're talking about 4 inches or more of rain by the time we hit Wednesday morning. Yeah,
the ground is pretty much saturated in these areas right now. It can't hold any more water. So what's going to happen? It's going to overflow, basically like filling a cup that's full already. It's going to overflow. So you are going to see some more heavy rainfall that could cause some flooding in your area. I want you to be weather aware of that. We're going to be here right on through 11:30 this morning. So again, severe thunderstorm warning, but kind of winding down here a little bit for this storm here in central and southern Gwinnett County that will be moving into Lawrenceville, Grayson, also currently into Snellville, but downstream, again, University of Georgia, this is in your sights right now, so it's moving rapidly toward Clark County University area in 40 miles an hour toward the east and northeast. Very heavy rainfall, frequent cloud to ground lightning, and always a chance for a brief spin-up tornado. This is going to be ongoing here for the next couple of days as we have these weather disturbances moving on through. You remember back, I think it was February, I told you we're going to have a very active severe storm season. Indeed, that has happened here. So we hate to see this, but again, very heavy rainfall, frequent cloud to ground lightning, and still we should be winding down with severe weather season, but it is going full bore here as we get into the month of May. So Lawrenceville, Grayson, Snellville, very heavy rainfall. Decula, Carl, Winder, Bethlehem, Statham, University of Georgia in Clark County, getting ready for this squall line to be moving into your area. So I just want you to be weather aware. We're going to be here in Severe Weather Center 2 all morning. If we do have any warnings, of course, we'll have them for you immediately. But right now, the main threat is a severe thunderstorm warning for central and southern Gwinnett County and the east and southeastern part of DeKalb County. So this will be right along I-124 as well. So Tucker, you're out of it now. North Decatur, you're out of it. Norcross, still some lightning, thunder, and some locally heavy rainfall here. But that's not what I think we're going to see over the next couple of hours. Now, the atmosphere becomes a little bit more stable. We still have a lot of twisting motion in the atmosphere, but it's becoming a little bit more stable with the rain that we've had this morning. So we hope that makes it a little bit better. But again, here is the level that we have, a level 2 risk. All of these counties that are highlighted in the yellow. So look at the threats here. A damaging wind threat, and that's what we're talking about, 60-mile-per-hour straight-line winds. Hail in excess of 1 inch in diameter. We've already seen that. And again, the tornado possible. We've already seen one tornado. It was confirmed here. So again, we are in a level 2 risk right now through much of northern Georgia, and a tornado watch that continues now until 4 o'clock this afternoon for much of the metro Atlanta area. That will include Gainesville and Athens and Carrollton, Griffin, Eatonton, all of these areas in a tornado watch until 4 o'clock, and that means conditions will be favorable, strong and severe thunderstorms capable of producing a tornado. So right now, looks like we have Polk County down here to the northern part of Haralson County with some locally heavy rainfall here. That continues to move toward the east at about 40 miles per hour. Locally heavy rainfall continues now from Lake Lanier all the way toward the I-85 corridor here, now moving up towards South Carolina. Now, we're going to leave you here at WSB, but we're going to be on at WSBTV.com streaming throughout much of the morning and late afternoon. So we've got you covered here, so you just want to switch back over. We're going to be here back at Channel 2 Action News at noon. Join me then. But again, we're on OTT, on the streaming, on our platform here at WSBTV.com, and that's good to know because power could go out in your area. So again, please stay tuned. We'll be back at noon on WSB.
And we switched to Tide Hygienic Clean Free. It's gentle on our skin and out-cleans our old free detergent. Tide Hygienic Clean Free. Hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin.